This is Smithy.tv.
Reporting for Katie Chats here at Smithy TV in downtown Toronto with director-writer Ted Bezaire. What inspired you to get into the film business?
I just always liked films, kind of growing up. One of my earliest memories is actually going to see E.T. at the theater. I was really little, and so, I've just always been into movies and kind of got into it more in high school and just wanted to tell stories.
And you studied at the University of Windsor and at Sheridan College. How did those programs prepare you to become a director and a writer?
At the University of Windsor, it was a really great program. We actually were able to shoot on 16mm film, which is, rarely, you don't do that now. Film is basically gone. And so the act of actually, shooting that and then cutting it with your hands and splicing things together kind of really helped kind of learn the whole process of filmmaking and things like that. So my experience at the University of Windsor was really great. And then at Sheridan, it was a lot about the people I met there and, working with others and meeting the producer on the bird of Jerry Latman. That's where I met him, and we've had a long relationship over the last 10 or so years, so it was really great going to Sheridan as well.
And The Birds is your second feature film.
Yes.
What inspired the making of it? Are you a big fan of birds in general?
No, well, actually, the character is also he's like a teacher and an avid bird watcher, and so the idea kind of came from a experience I had with an old teacher of mine. When I was a little bit younger, I went to a theater opening at my old high school. And after it was done, a couple of us hung around with an old teacher and some old friends, and we were just kind of drinking and having fun. And this teacher kind of became a peer rather than a teacher. So it was kind of an interesting experience, and kind of dawned on me like, teachers have lives too. They're not, they don't just, go to school and teach us kids. And so the idea kind of grew from there. And then my co-writer, Mike Stasko, kind of brought the idea of like, maybe he's also an ornithologist and he's into birds, and kind of looked into that subculture, and it's a really interesting world. So we kind of combined the ideas, and The Birder was born.
Cool. What is the most interesting thing about ornithology that you learned through the making of this film?
Interesting, I think just the characters themselves, like in that world, in the birding world, they're really focused, right? And that really lent itself to our story. It's kind of funny. You can be talking to a birder and you're outside having a conversation, and then they'll be like gone and like look off and be mesmerized on this bird, and you're like, hello, we're just talking here. What's going on? And they're like focused, and they're gone. So it's kind of funny that way. They're really into what they do, and it lent itself really well to our lead character. So
how did you go about casting the project?
We sent the script out to actors and whatnot. We had a U.S. casting agent on board, Joanna Colbert, who kind of did a great job pulling things together. And to get our lead actor, we sent it off to Tom Cavanaugh, who's an actor. I don't know if he's in Ed, a TV show. He's most recently in Yogi Bear, and he responded really quickly and saying, he really enjoyed the script and he wanted the part. And so we were really excited when he came back to us with a yes. And then with our Canadian casting, we used Larissa Mayer, who did a fantastic job kind of filling out the cast with a lot of the other ones. So, yeah.
How did things go on set? Did it run smoothly?
Yeah, it was a bit of a short shoot. Initially it was scheduled for 17 days. We ended up going 18 days. Mm-hmm. But surprisingly, we had a lot of exterior shots and working with sometimes animals, sometimes kids, and so there's a lot of that in the film, and it went surprisingly well. So we were really excited. Yeah.
And what's the next step for the project?
We're currently in post-production right now, so we're kind of in the editing phase, and we're currently have a campaign on Kickstarter to kind of help with some of the finishing costs. So we're trying to pull that together, and so with those two things combined, hopefully we'll have the film finished within the next few months. Yeah.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and on your projects online?
You can check out thebirdermovie.com for some info. There you can also find info on the Kickstarter. You can also go to .films.ca, that's DOTFILMS.ca, just for more info on like the company and things like that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see the birder.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm Katie Allman reporting for Katie Chats here at Smithy TV in downtown Toronto.